So, you already know about cold brew coffee. But what if there was a quicker way to brew an ice-cold cup of coffee with even more punch? Welcome back to Coffee in My Veins. In this video, we'll talk about Japanese iced coffee. Japanese iced coffee is simply hot coffee brewed over ice. The key is to use the right amount of ice to rapidly chill the hot coffee, so you immediately have a chilled beverage to enjoy. The general consensus is 50% weight ice and the remaining 50% water. So if your target brew weight was 200 grams, you'd start with 100 grams of ice and pour over 100 grams of water. That's what I'm doing here. Less ice will melt quicker, resulting in a warm beverage, and more ice will dilute the flavor. It's essential to use a scale here to get a good flavorful cup. I'm going to use a standard Hario V60 grind, which is just a little finer than a medium grind. With the ice in the glass and the filter pre-wet, it's time to add the coffee grounds and pour. I've got 15 grams of coffee, which is good for 225 grams of hot brewed coffee. I'm going to go just a little lower at around 200 to 210 grams. We do the brew in two parts. Add around half of your water to start the bloom, and after you give it 20-odd seconds to bloom, add the rest of the water. While we're waiting for this to brew, let's talk a bit about why you'd want to brew this coffee instead of cold brew. While cold brew is definitely smoother and less acidic, that does do away with the kick of the cup. Sometimes you want a cold coffee with the added kick. That's where hot brewing comes in. Hot water is much more energetic than cold water, so it does a much more thorough job of extracting the flavor compounds. That includes any acidic compounds. The difference is so great that you could brew a hot coffee in 3 to 4 minutes, but you'd need 12 to 16 hours to make a cold brew. You could even do this in a regular coffee maker. Just fill the pot with ice and let the machine do its thing. This coffee tastes great black, but you can certainly add a dash of milk if you want. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe and check out the blog at coffeeinmyveins.com.